Carmen Norris.
And Tim Norris.
And here we are at part 2 of Eldritch Horror against Azathoth.
Now we've already got one mystery solved, and I'm on my way down to the Amazons in an attempt to try to solve the second mystery.
And I'm in Sydney, and I might as well try to close down this portal.
Now, in the first video, we had a few mistakes we made, and let's address those right now. We all know the infamous move 8 spaces, move to space 8 card, and I apologize, that's 100% my fault, I misread the card. The second thing is, at the beginning of the game, you do not perform the monster surge action. So, we should have only had one portal with one monster instead of 2 portals with 2 monsters. We are just gluttons for punishment.
Well, and then also, I had a problem with my spell card because I forgot to flip it over. So, we'll address that during gameplay.
And speaking of gameplay, let's just stop here and get to the action.
Okay.
Okay, good job. Alright, and then I'll move your character down there for you.
Alright,
now we're in the encounter phase. Because I am on a generic C space, that means that I will draw this card and I'll encounter whatever occurs. So, let's see what it says. I'll read the C location on here. It says, you discover a signal fire on a small island, but don't find any people. You search the beach for signs of life. I have to use my observation, which is 3 dice. Okay, I passed. If you pass, you spot a person hiding behind a large stones. Gain 1 clue and 1 random ally asset from the deck.
Oh, nice!
Yes! If you fail, the mystery remains unsolved. Gain a paranoia condition. Okay, so it says I gain 1 clue, so I'll take that. Now I have the 2 clues I need, by the way, to get down here.
So the ally asset, you just go and find the first one.
No, what you do is you will... Did you draw from the bottom? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we...
Until you find
the first
one.
one pops up, and then I'll take whatever it is. So what did I get? A private investigator. Gain +1 observation. You may reroll 1 die when resolving an observation test. I like that. Okay, so this goes away. And now, Carmen, you are going to fight the Migo. Let's see what happens. Oh, was you going to use your spell? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to avoid the Migo.
Maybe.
Well, I'm just going to try.
Oh, you hit the board. Okay,
With
so...
this sweatshirt
yeah, it's all
out.
popped up. So you're going to use your Mists of Ralia? Relay.
So I test my lore.
Okay. Got
Passed.
it. You passed.
I always roll.
So now you are going after just the gate, correct?
Yes.
Which means you need a gate card. You are on Sydney, which I don't think matters. I don't know why I think that.
City of the Great Race. On a high stone shelf, you find books containing the wisdom of both the distant past and the far-flung future. Unfortunately, the tomes were written using a series of strange curvilinear symbols.
Ah, you're going to test your lore.
You do your best to translate the alien language.
Mm-hmm. That's a lore test. Come on.
It's lore -1.
Oh, you failed.
No, I failed. Should I use a clue?
Yes. So a clue will let you reroll 1 die?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Before you do that, what's the next thing you got to try to pass? Your will? Okay, yeah. Do it, honey. Come on. Ah!
Oh.
Do you have another clue?
Is it that important?
It could be. It's closing down a portal, which is kind of a big deal, isn't it?
Let's try again.
Oh my god.
Oh,
no.
I rolled a 2 again.
Okay, well, what's the
Now
value?
I wasted 2 clues.
Yeah.
The symbols make no sense to you. You fear that you will be stuck here forever and search for a way home. You feel despair eating at you, lose 2 sanity, and gain a paranoia condition. Unless you spin 1 clue!
Here's your paranoia condition.
Could have kept my clue for that. Okay.
Hey, but you know what? You could have succeeded too. Who knows, right? At least it wasn't that bad.
And what is the deal with rolling a 2 and a 2 and a 2? Come on.
I rolled, what, 7 dice against the Maniac and failed? Okay, so let's go to our Mythos phase. Alright, first thing we'll do is we're going to spawn a clue. London, which is right here. Okay. Space number 8 is going to get an exclamation mark, which means something bad is about to happen. Where's space 8? It's usually always in the wilderness,
well,
someplace
there's
stupid.
9.
Uh-huh. Oh, it's right where I'm at.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You gotta be eating, dude.
4 Eldritch tokens go onto it. Here are the 4 Eldritch tokens. They go on the card. And it says here, you dream of a life as an insane wizard thousands of years ago in Atlantis. You also dream of the same wizard still alive today on an uncharted isle. Growing madness. Ongoing rumor. As an encounter, an investigator on Space 8 may attempt to find the uncharted isle by using his observation. If he passes, he may spend clues equal to half of the amount of investigators to solve this rumor. When there are no Eldritch tokens on this card, each investigator loses 3 sanity, then solve this rumor. Whenever an action comes up on one of the Mythos cards, the lead investigator gains a madness condition, then discards 1 Eldritch token from this card for each madness condition he has. Well, you can only have 1 condition of the same, so I'm going to put this card right there so that we don't forget to do that. Here, I'll turn it a little bit this way so it's more so toward the camera.
I already have a madness condition.
Well, I'm the lead investigator, so I ought to just pass it to you, and then I could pass it to you now, and then that way you can gain another one. No sense in both of us having a madness condition, is there? Well, I could stay there and try to pass that, and it says I can spend a sanity in place of spinning the clues, so that I would still have my 2 clues. Or I just keep continuing to the Amazon to try to solve the mystery. What do you think? Let's face it, mysteries are how we win the game.
No, okay.
I'd have to test my observation, which I have a 3 on that, and then I'd have to spend 1 clue.
I would try to do it.
You think so? While I'm here?
Yeah.
Okay, if you think so. Well, okay. First thing I'll do is I'll do a rest action then, which means
I don't know.
it's too late. I've already decided I will stay there.
Okay.
And I'll do my rest action. So now I am full strength on everything, and I am now going to do my Feed the Mind spell test, which means I will roll 3 dice, and I did succeed.
Okay.
So it says flip this card. 1 plus cast. Okay, so casting your thoughts into the either your mind returns with strange knowledge. You may not entirely be the same person you were before. Lose 1 sanity. Okay? So I lost 1 sanity, but now I get to upgrade any 1 area on my card. I might upgrade my influence.
Yeah.
It's only 2, so maybe I'll upgrade that and get a +1 on that. So
now you have a 2.
Okay. All right, so Carmen, it is now your turn. What are you planning on doing?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, the green comet is the next one that's going to pop.
It's in Istanbul.
But the thing about it is, we got rid of that Eldritch token, so that's great. So it's only going to go up 1.
Well, I could stay there, try to close the gate again, or...
You know, maybe I should have upgraded my observation. Seems how that's the test I'm about to face here. You think that maybe that would have been smarter?
It would have been smarter,
I think that would have been smarter, too. Let's do that.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about doing that expedition and see if I can't get something.
Up here?
Yeah.
Prepare for travel? Yeah. You wouldn't get there in 1 turn. You can get up here, which could help you improve your lore, which that's not that great. Defeat monsters. Go to Tokyo. See if we can defeat a monster. Pull a random monster off somewhere. That'd be good. You think so? We can pull off one of these idiots, even though neither one of them are that tough. Well, at least I thought they weren't.
Maybe I should just try to close the gate. I mean,
I think you should too.
That's my specialty.
So why don't we use your action? We'll look at the top 2 portals again. We're going to go to a green comet. That'll be the next one that we face.
Okay, well, I need to do a rest action to try to get rid of my paranoia.
You can't do a rest action
because
while
there's
there's a monster there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I can do the gate action. Okay.
Why don't... I mean, it's not a bad idea to try to get to the Himalayas. I mean, typically all you're going to gain is either an artifact or we can reduce the Doom track marker. That's all that's ever been.
Alright, well, let's look at the gates. That's been helping us out so far.
Okay. We got Rome and Buenos Aires. I say let's put Buenos Aires on the bottom.
Okay.
Those are usually the worst ones because there's that symbol is twice it appears.
Right.
On the game in the game.
All right. There we go.
All right. So what are you thinking about? You just gonna stick around there?
Yeah.
Okay. It's probably not a bad idea to be honest. All right. So let's go into the encounter phase. So in the encounter phase, I will now see if I can get rid of this rumor, which means that I must first test my observation. I roll 4 dice for that. And I did pass, barely, but I did.
Okay.
That'd have been awful. Okay, if he passes, he may spend clues equal to half of the investigators to solve this rumor. So what I am going to do then is it says once per round you may spend 1 sanity in place of spending a clue. I will spend a sanity. Now that will then allow me to solve this rumor, and it goes away.
Best character ever.
Excellent.
Right.
So good news. It is done. All right, Carmen, now you are going... Do you want to try to use your spell real quick?
Yes.
Okay. There are the dice. All right. Come on,
my
honey.
lore. Oh, no.
Oh, you failed, didn't you?
I failed.
Okay, so now you're going to have to fight the monster then. Are there any penalties for the... Oh, you're supposed to flip this card, Carmen. You should have been doing that every time.
I think I only flip it if I pass. But I should have flipped it when I passed
No,
it.
it's...
It says, if you pass, you may choose an encounter as if there are no monsters on this space, then flip this card. Now, you may have noticed I'm supposed to be flipping my spell every time I use it, and I haven't been doing that. Going back over the video, we see that one time I had 0 to 1 successes, which would have made me discard 1 health and 1 sanity. The other time I had 2 successes, so nothing would have happened. It engulfs you, choking your lungs and stinging your eyes, lose 1 health and 1 sanity.
Now, that could have played into other parts of the game. I don't think you've ever been in trouble too much with your health and sanity, but we need to keep in mind, you need to flip that card every time you use that spell.
Didn't I only use it? How many times have I used this?
This is probably the 3rd time. Now flip it back over. Okay, now keep that in mind. Okay, now you have to fight the monster, so you have the me go.
Alright,
so let's flip him over and see what happens. Alright, so he has a will test. He has 1. So hopefully you can pass this. Oh boy, the strength is not good. Alright, so you pass the will, so you don't lose any sanity, but unfortunately...
My strength is 2.
Your strength is 2, which means you can't defeat it. So
don't you always at least roll 1 die? I thought I read that in the rules.
If you did, I don't remember anything about that. I think regardless, the thing is that you are going to lose no matter what.
Yep.
So I don't know about the whole thing about rolling 1 die thing. So there you go. So you lost 2 health because of that.
Look at that.
And then...
Stupid gate.
Yeah, it's kicking your butt pretty good. I think you better just get away from that place and start healing. Okay, so now we're going to go into the Mythos phase. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is advance the Omen. And it matches Istanbul here, so that means that we do decrease the Omen track. It's also got a monster surge icon, so we will spawn an additional monster on Istanbul.
It's a deep one.
Not the deep one. Okay. And we will now spawn a clue. A clue! A clue! Antarctica. Yeah. Hey, it's not far from you, actually. Okay. You cannot believe that this gibberish lunatic was once the smiling, lucid lawyer you spoke to this morning. Collapsed. His trembling hands indicate empty air. The worlds collide and the door collapsed. He abruptly pulls himself to the floor and looks out the small window of his cell. But so too will they pull. They will rip and tear, and a new door will open elsewhere. Dimensional instability. Event. Discard each gate that corresponds to the current Omen and advance the doom by one for each gate discarded. Okay, so we have just this one will be discarded, and we have to advance the doom by 1 because of it. So, well, that kind of stunk.
Does discarded mean that it goes away entirely? Or
well, we'll just put it on the bottom of the stack, and I'm not sure, to be honest with you. So. Now, one of our awesome viewers pointed out that whenever you close down one of the portals, you should actually be discarding it to the side of the game, not putting it underneath the active draw pile like we've been doing. Once your active draw pile runs out, that's when you take all the discarded portals, shuffle them back up, and create a new active draw pile. I'm thinking... Oh, you know what? I forgot to use my private investigator on my last turn. I could have gained +1 on my observation. I forgot.
yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking I'll use my spell again and see if I can't try to, you know, get increase in ability here again. So, here we go.
You're just doing everything.
Did it! Okay, so that's 2 successes. Let's flip the card. I will lose 1 sanity, but I get to upgrade 1 of my abilities, and I am going to upgrade my lore this time, actually. So that'll increase my ability to hopefully continue to upgrade stuff. So,
okay.
Alright, and Carmen, it is now your turn.
I was thinking about going to city space, doing a rest action, and trying to get something from here.
Okay. Another option would be to head here to get this clue and do a rest action. But, you know, I don't want to tell you what to do. So, because if it fails, then it's all my fault.
Yeah.
Oh, you could make it to Buenos Aires if you do a prepare, and then you can end up here.
Why do I want to go there?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of festive.
Well, I don't want to prepare because I need to rest.
Right.
So.
Okay, so where are you thinking about going then?
Yeah, I'll just go to Antarctica then.
Antarctica it is. Yeah. And then you're going to do a rest action, so get yourself one.
And then I'm going to try to get rid of my paranoia.
Right, because whenever you do a rest action, you can try to roll to get rid of your paranoia. Okay?
Test your will. Right? No, roll one die. Okay. Roll one die.
And failed?
I failed.
Okay, so you rolled a 4, so it needs to be a 5 or 6.
Yeah,
okay.
It just says you discard the card.
All right.
5 or 6. Okay.
So I am going to do a generic city encounter, so let's see what happens here.
You got my health and brain, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The shop is robbed while you are browsing. You attempt to fend off the thieves. I must test my strength. If you pass, the store owner is very gracious. Gain 1 item asset from the reserve, or 1 random item asset from the deck. If you fail, lose 1 health and discard 1 possession. Is this considered combat? I don't think it is it? So I just have to roll 2 dice for my strength and cross my fingers, eh? I lose 1 health and discard 1 item possession. That means I would have to lose my Sword of St. Jerome.
No!
Boy, I really don't want to fail on this. I do have a clue. So,
no.
well, I can...
There
did matter. Yay! So, I gain 1 item asset from the reserve, or one random item asset from the deck. So, what kind of item assets?
Holy water. That's good stuff. There's an axe.
What's the holy water do?
You may discard this card to gain +5 will and strength during a combat encounter, or discard this card to choose an investigator on your space to gain a blessed condition.
Ooh, I want holy water! Holy water! Holy water! Yep. Okay. That has an action, so.
That's your final
yep,
answer?
That is so my final answer. I loved blessed conditions. They're so blessing. Okay, and now you will attempt to acquire this clue. A clue! A clue!
You watch a meteor shower streak across the night sky. Observation.
Yay!
Woo! If you pass, you see their source is a large dark moon that's getting closer. Gain this clue and 1 additional clue!
Oh, you rock! And a high 5.
Woo! Okay, got it.
There you go. See, you got your clues back you lost. What would have happened if you'd have... Oh my gosh, we had to advance the Omen by 1. That would have sucked. Okay, so cool. Good job, hon. Both of us roll so well. So very well. Ever since that blunder we had earlier. Okay, so let's do our Mythos phase. First, we will advance the Omen track. And it does match London. Is that the only gate? Wow, we only have 2 gates out. You have been rocking them gates, hon. So we will advance the Doom track. Alright, so now we have to do a monster surge, which means 1 more monster is going to go on London.
Oh, boy.
That's a lot of monsters there.
It's a cultist. Okay.
Cultist of gravy. We spawn a clue. Let's see what we get here. Tunguska, which is right here. Alright. The shop owner's body was found in the storeroom among those curious and antiques deemed too historic for public display. While the police ascribed his death to natural causes, you see it for something more sinister. The insidious power from outside of reality are growing more aggressive, impatient for the meal they plan to make of this world. From Beyond, event. Resolve the action effect on each Mythos card and play twice unless investigators as a group spend clues equal to half of the investigators. If there are no Mythos cards in play with the action effect, advance the Doom by 1.
Aww.
That's garbage. Come on. I mean, could we have not still have spent? And it's not giving us the option of spinning the clue then to be able to...
Yeah.
That's stupid. I mean, if it had given us
We got rid of the Mythos card,
yeah.
so we're punished for it. But
cards like this feel to me a bit forced. Hey, okay, you don't have anything going wrong on the game, so why don't we just go ahead and make something go wrong anyways? Now I am going to do a rest action and recover. Well, yeah, I better get one of my sanity back because I've been kind of getting all crazy with that, haven't I?
okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Actually, no. I want to do my holy water. I want to discard it so I can get a blessed condition.
Oh, do you have to use an action for that?
Yeah, it says discard this card to choose an investigator on your space to gain a blessed condition. So, yep, I have to discard it for that. So, I will gain a blessed condition, which allows me then to have successes on 4 5s or 6s. So, yes, I love blessed conditions. Okay, now, oh, wait a minute. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay, because it's as an encounter for me to do this. So, all right, go ahead.
I'm out in the middle of nowhere, so I guess I need to go back to Sydney.
Are you sure? Do you want to rest before you go back there at least?
Yes.
You can't defeat that monster. I mean, you can't.
But there's nowhere else for me to go. If I go, there's nothing over here. I need to go back to Sydney so I can head up that direction.
All right. So you resting first?
Yes.
Okay. Now you're going to go here. All right. I just hope you don't get beat up by that stupid monster again.
I know.
All right. So now we're in the encounter phase. So I will now, as an encounter and investigator on a space containing an Eldritch token, may attempt to find information about Azathoth's true name. He may spend 2 clues to place that Eldritch token on this card. I will spend my 2 clues. This token is going on Azathoth's card. It says here at the end of the Mythos phase, if there are Eldritch tokens on this card equal to half of the investigator solve this mystery. So this mystery will be solved at the end of this phase.
Awesome.
But Carmen, you first now have to encounter this monster. So you're going to use your...
I'm going to try my spell again.
And keep in mind, no matter what, the card flips. And you failed again. My goodness.
Again.
So it flips, and that means you lose 1 sanity and 1 health, if I remember correctly.
And then I can't beat the monster.
And you can't beat the monster, but you still get to fight him.
Wait. I could try to...
well, that's probably not a bad idea. I think I would do that. So spend 1 clue to reroll.
It doesn't go back in.
No, give it to me. Thank you. And then go ahead and roll your die and see if you can... Oh my God! Alright, so you flip the card, you lose 1 health and sanity. Did you already do that?
Yes.
Now you're going to have to fight the monster that you can't beat. You know you can't beat him, but you still need to roll the will test to see if you lose any more sanity. Alright, so now you passed it. So now you're going to take 2 damage on your health, and this monster will sit here laughing at you, mind you, over and over in his little...
It's because I went to Antarctica. I had to go back. There's no other place to go.
You should have come up here, hon.
Instead of going to Antarctica.
Yeah, well, you gained the clue.
I did gain the clue. Oh, which I just used.
One of them. You gained 2. Alright, so we're both finished. We're going to do the beginning of the Mythos phase. Here we go. Alright, first thing, we will advance this track, which matches Sydney's portal, unfortunately. So we will advance the Doom by 1. Now the action phase, which will look first at the monsters. The Migo says discard the nearest clue and move this monster to that space. Tungunska, which is 1, 2... I think it's that one, actually. 1, 2, 3. So it's actually there. So this clue goes away. You have no monsters here now.
Goodbye, monster!
Yeah, good for you. Let's see. The deep one says each investigator on this space loses 1 sanity. The cultist, nothing happens with the cultist. The cultist, nothing happens. Nothing. Your card, your madness card. Let's see what happens.
Test will. Yes.
And you passed. So do you get to get rid of it, or is it just...
No, if I fail, I flip the cards.
Now I have to test my blessed condition. If I roll a 1 or a 2, I have to discard my blessed condition. And of course I did. I always lose that card.
Immediately.
Every time.
As soon as you get it.
It's been every time. I don't know why.
I get to use it maybe 1 time.
Okay. Alright, well, anyways, that was all of the action cards I'm checking. I don't see any more, do you?
Nope.
Okay. Alright, so next thing, we will spawn a gate. It goes on Rome. So let's put a monster on that location.
Star spawn.
Oh, I hate the star spawn.
He's a
Pop
tough
him on there.
one.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Alright, so now it says here, an article on the back page of a newspaper catches your attention. An unexplained attack on a remote outpost left no survivors. You've read about 2 other similar attacks happening in the same region. You can see that the forgotten corner of the globe are growing more dangerous. Ancient Guardians spawn 2 monsters on the active expedition space, which is right here, so we'll put 2 monsters there. If you can get them.
I got a Gug.
A Gug, and, oh, wait a minute, he's got a thing on him. That little green symbol on the Noph K. It says, when this monster is spawned, move him to the Himalayas. That's where he's at. Yeah, that's where he was going anyways, which is kind of funny. Okay, so that is the end of that card. Now that is the end of the Mythos phase, which means that this mystery has been solved.
Yay!
And now we flip our new one. Here we go. Omen of Devastation. The Nemesis moon appears in the night sky, visible to all and heralding an imminent doom. When an investigator closes a gate that corresponds to the current omen, he may spend 1 clue to place 1 Eldritch token on this card. At the end of the Mythos phase, if there are Eldritch tokens on this card equal to half the investigators solve this mystery. Okay, so this is our Omen, which is in Rome
Sydney.
and Sydney. Oh my god.
I could do this!
This
I
could be
have 1
game
clue left.
right here.
Oh, man. Okay.
And I can't make it to Rome on this turn, but I could make it to London to be able to do this if you do fail. So I'll make my way to London. So I don't have a boat pass, unfortunately, so I'm going to 1, 2... Goodness, I can't get to London fast either.
No.
I hate this area right here.
Yeah.
For some reason, we always struggle in this spot. Well, what should I do?
You're going to have to either go here or Buenos Aires.
It doesn't matter, does it? If I go here, then I could prepare to travel, which would just get me to here, so that ain't going to do me much good.
If you go... Oh, wait.
What?
Where are you trying to go? Rome?
I was going to try to get to
If you
London.
go here...
London.
Okay, but if you go here, it gets 1, 2...
We don't have any of the green comet
4.
ones, do
Go
we?
here, you go 1,
Okay.
2, 3.
Here's my thing. Worst case scenario, I will get here by the time it does reach there, though. So
Alright.
I'm going to move here, and then I'm going to use a heal to get back 1 of my sanity, because I've only been down to 4, so and I've got full life. So, okay.
I will do a rest action first thing.
Okay.
Get back
And
up.
then we can look at the top 2 of these. You want to do that?
Wait, am I losing? I'm not even missing any brains. I'm just missing health.
You're missing health big time.
No. Hold on. I gotta do this for my rest action. You're gonna get ahead of me, and then I'm not gonna.
I'm ahead of you.
On.
Okay, so you're rolling for your paranoia condition, and you still keep it. Good for you.
Okay. And yeah, I guess that's the only other action I can do, isn't it?
No, because
I'm on
you can.
city.
Yeah, you can go into the market and get 1 of them cards from reserve if you wanted to try. I mean, your influence is only 2, though.
I want a card, though. Oh,
okay,
there you
so
go.
let's roll a new die. And you passed. You got 1 success, which means you can get the 45 revolver.
Yay.
Well, you could have used that earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta get that die. So now we go into our encounter phase. Let me grab that dice back.
You are going to get a generic city encounter.
Yep. So I will flip that real quick. All right. Corrupt members of the police force pressure you for a bribe. You speak to some people you know to take care of the problem. I must test my influence, which is only 1. And I passed. Ha ha! If you pass, the police are apologetic and share their leads with you. Spawn 1 clue. If you fail, gain a debt condition to pay the bribe. So, number 19. 19? Here's 20, 18, 17, 19. Way up here. Okay. Alright, so Groovy. And now, Carmen, you must do a...
Gate again.
Come on, honey.
The Abyss. The Night Gaunts seem intent on keeping you here in the darkness. You do your best to continue climbing out of these terrible depths without alerting them to your presence.
Oh my
Observation.
gosh. Observation. Come on, Carmen. This is game. Daggone it! I hate this. I hate this game. I hate it. Alright, well, what's the failure?
The Night Gaunts pick you up and toss you back to the bottom of the abyss. Gain a leg injury condition. In this dark, stony landscape, you struggle to resist fear and hunger. Now I have to do a will test. Okay, well, at least I passed that.
God, what is this pink? Are you playing pinball or?
I'm crazy with the dice.
Yeah, you are. Okay, so this is done then, right? Was that the end of it?
Yeah, that was it. Now I've got 2 conditions.
Dang gone, man. That would have been so cool to end it there. Okay, let's go into the Mythos phase. First thing we'll do is we'll advance this, which matches 1. So that means we down to 7. Now we do all the action. So let's look at this guy first. Each investigator on this space loses 1 health. Nobody's there. Cultist, nothing. Deep 1. Each investigator on this space loses 1 sanity. Me go. Discard the nearest clue and move this monster to that space. So it'll be Tungunska.
He has eaten up our clues.
Star spawn. Roll 1 die. On a 1 or a 2, advance the doom by 1.
No.
Oh, God. Are you really going to roll this?
Here.
Oh, you touched it. You touched it. Okay, so we're safe on that.
Yeah, I would have rolled a 2.
Cultist, blah, 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 nothing. Your cards. You have to roll for both of your cards.
Oh, no.
So you have paranoia. Let's roll for that first. Oh, you do your will on that, hun. 4 dice. Okay.
Yes.
Now your leg injury, you test your strength.
Strength is 2 dice.
There you go. Why can't you roll like that when you're closing a portal?
No.
Now we spawn a gate, Shanghai, and we put a monster on that gate.
Serpent people.
Oh no, my greatest fear. Oh wait a minute, don't they have the greens?
When this monster is spawned, move it to the Amazon.
Alright, ready? Sitting down for a simple meal in a restaurant, it strikes you how alien the people around you seem. After everything you've seen and all the arcane secrets you have learned, can you truly think of yourself as one of them?
No, I'm so much better.
The maitre d' asks you to please stop carving into the table with the knife. Treacherous magic event. Each investigator may discard any number of spells. Then he loses 1 sanity for each spell he has. Each investigator that lost sanity from this effect also gains a madness condition. Crap, I got 1 spell.
Each investigator?
Yeah.
I'm going to discard a sanity. I like my spell.
Yeah, but you gain a madness condition.
I already have 1.
No, you have paranoia and you have...
It's a madness.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Yep. Yeah. I don't want that. What's it affecting you? Has it been doing anything really bad?
It makes me test my will every time. If I fail, I flip the card, but I haven't flipped it yet, so I don't know what it's going to do. It's probably going to make me lose 2 sanity.
Yeah, typically that's what it does. I think that I really don't want to lose my spell, but I don't know if it's going to be that important for me to hang on to it at this stage of the game either, so...
Yeah, you're kind of...
I think I'll just get rid of my spell.
It's late in the game,
yeah,
so...
I'll just dump it. Alright. I'd rather not gain the madness if I don't have to. I'm mad, I tell you. Alright, so here we go. Okay, so that's going to end the second part of this live play. And we'll have the third part up, and that's the final part, here in a couple of days. Let's talk about a couple of things. First off, wow, you get stuck down there in Sydney. First off, I got it handed to me by the Maniac and the Ghost, okay?
True.
So that
was your... Up to 8 spaces that you moved that you shouldn't have even done.
Totally screwed me up. But you were able to go down there to the Sydney and off into the wilderness. That's where we did solve our first mystery because you got that clue. But ever since, you've been getting it handed to you.
Ever since that first mystery, I tell you what, I'm sorry. I've been doing nothing.
My dice are hot. I can't seem to miss. And it doesn't seem like you can roll a 5 or a 6 to save your life.
I can roll a 2.
Yeah.
Is there a card where I need to roll a 2? Because I can do that.
Yeah, well, my blessed condition, unfortunately. I feel like I should have waited to use my holy water. I shouldn't have spent that card so soon and get that blessed condition because I ended up losing it and I never even gained anything from it.
If you don't use it for a blessed condition, you can use it to add 5 dice to a combat check.
I should have just hung on to it.
So that would have been really helpful.
Yeah, that was my fault. I rushed that. But, hey, we got 2 mysteries down. We've got 1 left to go. And this one, to me, is one of the hardest ones to do because you have to close down the portal that matches the Omen. And that is not the easiest thing to try to line up.
You have to time it just right.
This is a very difficult one for us. And you're going to see that expressed in part 3. So, anyways, until then, I guess you'll have to wait to see what happens.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.